Well, it's good to be back. Taking a bit longer to get to this episode than I expected. Unfortunately, I came down with the flu, so was in no fit state to actually do any of these episodes. But I'm back now, and hopefully normal service will be resumed. It's been a while since I've been in this save, because I've been in, as I say, I've been sick. I've not been feeling like playing Football Manager at all, really. So I've kind of forgotten everything about what we were up to before. What I do know is that we've got two games for you today, both away, Barnet and Oxford. But before we get into that, as per usual, let's just have a quick refresher over where we were before and what's happened since. Last time, you're honest, we played York, which we won 2-1. But since then, we have lost our undefeated record in League 2. We've lost two games since then, once to Dagenham and Redbridge and then to Luton. The Luton one was incredibly frustrating because we managed to beat them 4-0 the last time we played them. We get them at home and we lose 1-0, which is just incredibly disappointing. In amongst that, though, we have won a couple as well. A good 1-0 win away to Wimbledon, and then an even better 3-1 win at Leyton Orient, who are actually one of our title challengers. So that was a really much needed victory. It's a shame we kind of threw away that advantage against Luton, but, you know, what are you going to do? In amongst that, what else have we had? Oh yeah, Spiegel is out injured yet again. Another sizable injury, 5 to 6 weeks. The amount of injuries this guy's got has been ridiculous. He's just been consecutive injuries for 1 month, 2 months out. I mean, he's young as well. I feel sorry for the lad because he's never going to get a career like this. Luckily, we did sign that chap Ben Wilson in the January transfer window, so that's good. I mean, it is still January, so that's the good thing is that if anybody does get injured, we've still got a little bit of time to bring people in. But apart from Jordan, Clark and Spiegel, those are our only major injuries. Mark McChrystal doesn't really play very much. He's only played 8 games and he was out injured for a lot of it. But he's not a particularly great defender, so I'm not too worried about him. But as it is, we've actually got most of our team back, which is nice. Montagno's back, Easter's back, got a lot of our defenders are there. Lee Mansell is almost back. He's not played yet this season, so I'm intrigued to see how it is that he gets on. He's quite old, and his star rating's not very good, but it's another person to try out and to rotate through. Although I don't think we'll be doing much rotation, because if you actually look at our schedule, it's basically a game a week now, because we're not in any of the cups. Unless we do FA Vars, I don't know if that comes in. I think that might be non-league. But yeah, we've only got sort of a game a week, so a lot of our players aren't. It's going to be a different type of challenge. It's going to be squad management, because a lot of players aren't going to play as much as they would like, as if they were playing in the league. So I've got to avoid the trap of just putting out the same team every week, just to avoid pissing off the rest of my squad. So it's a different challenge, but one that hopefully will pay off. As that's all done, let's actually go into the match. I don't think we've got any other thing. Oh yeah, that was the other thing as well. There's still a decent gap, despite losing those 2 games since the last episode. We've still got a decent gap between us and the playoff positions, which is a 7-point gap. So long as we don't go in a really bad run of form, which with the way that we're playing and with the spacing of the games, I'm fingers crossed we won't. But yeah, I'm hoping that we don't fall into the playoffs, because that would just be galling. After you can see, it's like we've not, apart from I think like maybe the 4th, 5th week, maybe we were in the playoff positions, but since then we've just been constantly in the automatic places. I'd hate to drop out of it now. But this is the team that we've got today against Barnet. It's pretty much close to a full strength side, with the exception of Jordan Clark, who's out for injured, but he's only out for another few days. So Bowden comes in on the right wing, but I'm thinking maybe no, stick with Bowden. Montano is back from injury. He's still not match fit, so he will probably be first off the bench, especially if Bowden is knackered. And then I can just swap Gosling and him around. But let's get into the match. Jermaine Easter's lacking match sharpness, that's fine. And apply advice to team. Yes, I do have a set routine for this. Yeah, that's fine. Right. No, don't want to be aggressive. Right. Oh, it's been a while since I've done this, and I've forgotten that everything's set to super speed, which is how I like it when I'm not doing one of the live comms, because I just want to sort of get through them. So let's just lower it down a bit and get the replays back on. There we go. Right. Okay, so they've got 70% possession and they've had 2 shots on target already. But, there we go. Tom Lockyer is a fantastic centre-back for us. He's a good defender for actually stopping goals go in. But he's on his 4th goal of the season. Our top scorers are on 9. So he's chipping in with really important contributions. And yeah, that was just easy peasy. I do apologise for the coughing, but although I'm over the flu, it's still lingering around as what feels like a cold, and that was close from Gosling. He really didn't mean that. But yeah. If we can just get a 1-0 away win, couple of 1-0 away wins, that's all we want. We don't want another bloody draw. We've had 8 draws this season. We've lost twice. We've had 8 draws, and that is an awful miss by Harrison. What are you doing? He'd normally bury those. I don't know what was going on there. But yeah, we really don't want another draw, because we have drawn too many games already this season. As I say, 8 drawn is not good. You know, that's what, 16 dropped points from draws, and a lot of those we've been ahead in, I think. Sinclair's injured, that's good. But yeah, that's really not something we... Harrison, he's getting in the positions, give him his credit, he's getting in the positions, but I think he's left his shooting boots at home. Not... oh, Ledbetter, and that was another missed chance. I can just tell they're going to score. I'm being cynical again. But they're playing a lot better than us. If we can get into half time... There we go. Right. Sinclair is not in a good shape. It's not in good nick. Guard against complacency, because my God, you get complacent. Right. Bring Burge on. I don't really want to There we go. I don't know what's going on with Gosling's crossing, but he's almost scored one completely by mistake, and then he's just almost got another one that's just gone all over the place. I'm not quite sure what I'll do if we do get promoted, because I think a lot of the players are out of contract. I've signed a few on to extend their contracts into next year, but this really... there we go. Knew that'd happen. But yeah, if we get promoted, I don't quite know what to do regarding the team, because a lot of it is... a lot of the players are out of contract, so it's going to be bringing a lot of players in, which is obviously going to bring in a lot of disruption. So I'm not sure what the best course of action would be, because a lot of these players aren't good enough for League One. I think they're barely good enough for League Two, but yeah, it'll be interesting regarding the finances as well, because I really don't know what sort of money we can expect from League One. It's not going to be a lot, I know, but yeah, it'll be... I mean, it's not going to hurt, is it? It's not going to be worse than what we got in League Two. But if we can get slightly better than the 10 grand we occasionally get for appearing on a televised match, that would be helpful. Harrison is having an absolute mare, so he's coming off. There we go. Sort those two round. Right, let's see if that does any better. I say Harrison was awful, but fingers crossed. And he's going to get sent off. Yeah, there we go. Right, should we go to a slightly more attacking? That was close. Did not expect that. Oh God, Lockyer's injured as well. What is it? As soon as you get some players back, we then lose another couple for injuries or whatever. We never get a run of just fit, healthy squad with no injuries to worry about, no compromises to be made, where we can just go in with our first team squad and just win. I don't know why. Why can't we do that? And they've actually been better since they've had the person come off. This is definitely going to be 2 points dropped rather than a point gained. It's really disappointing. Another game drawn. That's 9 this season. It's just, yeah, not good enough. I mean, we've now lost our... Yeah, frustrating, very frustrating. Let's just see how long Lockyer and Sinclair are out for. 11 to 13 days for a gashed head. Another gashed head. Right. So we'll get through to the next match, and then hopefully pick up a slightly more positive result against Oxford, is it? Yeah, Oxford. What happened when we played them last? We won 1-0 at home. Okay. Harrison's not going to be in the squad because he was terrible. I'll put Andy Johnson in. Why is Easter unhappy? Oh, he's not scoring. Well, you've nobody to blame but yourself. Yeah, so hopefully we will have much more of a better better showing next time. And yeah, let's just get through to the next match. Right, so this is the team that we've got to play against Oxford today. As you can see, we've got a new front line of Johnson and Oaken after Harrison was appalling in the previous game and Jermaine Easter just is not scoring at the moment. In fact, he was it him that was unhappy? Yeah, it was him that was unhappy at his poor scoring record. So he's being dropped, and I'm hoping that Andy Johnson can do what he did against the last game against Oxford and score another goal. Sinclair has obviously had to drop out because of his injury in the last game, and Ollie Clark comes in. Same with Lockyer, who has come out, and Matt Hill, who'd normally be a left back, has come in. He can play at centre back, but he's been wanting more game time, and this is a bit of a risk, but he's been wanting more game time, and he's actually got a decent rating. But we'll see how it goes. He's not. Yeah, actually, I'm going to change that because, yeah, I just feel more comfortable with that. So yeah, so that's what we're doing this match today. Johnson and Oaken are not strictly match fit, so they may well have to come off earlier than I would necessarily like. But we'll see. If they can play the full 90, great. Because I trust them to actually at least, well, maybe not Johnson, but Oaken I at least trust to actually put in a shift. And it'd be nice if he could get another few goals, because he's doing well for us. He's only played 11 times, but has got 9 goals, so fingers crossed he does something. I've also brought Dummigan in instead for Ledbetter. Dummigan has been incredibly disappointing, even more so than Spiegel, and he's been injured for most of the bloody season. He's been coming on a loan from a much bigger club. He's got a much better rating, but has just been rubbish. But he's coming in with a chance to prove himself, and yeah, hopefully he can do something that merits his place in the squad. Good news is we're still top. I didn't get to check the scores from Leyton Orient's game, but we've got this game against Oxford, and hopefully we can get something. They can't overtake us, at least, but if we can extend that gap even more between us and the playoff positions, then even better. Especially if we can do that at the expense of one of our promotion rivals. But yeah, they're a decent side, Oxford. I don't expect us to get much, if anything, out of this game. We beat them just about at the Memorial Stadium, but we're now... Is it the Kassam Stadium? Is that where they still are? But yeah, we're now there, and it's... Yeah. That was about as much use as wet tissue paper. Oh dear. I hate this cold. Cough thing. Not as much as I'd hate losing this match, though. that would be, yeah, Leyton Orient are winning. We're still ahead of them on goal difference at least. Ooh. Nice chance by Clark there. Oaken is too far back. He should be further forward. I know he's defensive forward, but still. He should be further forward than that. They've had 6 shots on targets to our 2, but at least ours have both been on target. But I don't like that they're creating more chances than us. That worries me. And they're just playing a lot better than us. They're getting into better positions. They've got more possession. They've now had as many shots on target as us. Clark's having a terrible time. In fact, our entire front line is not doing well at all. Need to make a change to shake that up a bit. Let's try that. I don't know if that's going to be any better, but still, we can but try. I mean, a draw wouldn't be a bad result. Not against the team that's only a couple of places below you in the league. But it just feels like the wheels have fallen off the wagon a little bit. Now that we've lost our unbeaten run. Thought that was going to go in then. Now that we've lost that, it's almost like, I don't know if we have much of a fear factor in this game, but it does feel as though heads have dropped a bit and we're struggling to pick up results. I mean, this would be another draw. I don't want another draw. Well, I don't want it. I'd bet rather that than losing, but I don't think my morale could take another draw. It would just be 10 draws, 20 dropped points. It's just too much. Too much. I mean, if we'd even won half those, we'd be miles clear. Miles clear. But we just can't finish off games. Just cannot finish them off. We've got a former England striker up front, for Christ's sakes. I thought that was going to go in then. I thought that was going to be it. Good night, Vienna. Dubbergan's had a good game, though. That makes a first. Didn't expect that. I swear to God, if we lose this now, I'm killing somebody. We just about held on at the end there. I thought that was going to be it. Oh. Yeah. I mean, we weren't very good, to be fair. I probably should have given them a bit of a bollocking, but yeah, that was yeah, not an awful result. Oh, that's the reason why we're still top. Leyton Orient haven't bloody played yet. Who are they playing? Exeter. Oh, okay. Actually, I kind of want Leyton Orient to win that. Or a draw. It depends. Do I really want to win the title or do I want to just get promoted? Because if I just want to get promoted, I want Leyton Orient to win. Anyway. The trials and tribulations of being a football manager, eh? So yeah, that's going to be the end of this episode. The next one that we will have, I'll play a few more matches, and then the next live comms we will have will be against Wickham and Hartlepool. Hopefully we can actually have won some games in that time. Otherwise, things might look very, very different from where we are at the moment. We won't be sitting atop the entire league, we will be... Christ knows. But we haven't won in 3, which is a bit worrying. So, this is the worst run we've been on this season. And, yeah, it's not looking as rosy as it once was. But, yeah, there aren't really any reasons to be cheerful, are there? Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. As again, I will apologise for my coughing throughout this, but yeah, don't get the flu, kids. It's not fun. I'll see you again for the next episode. If you've liked it, like, comment, subscribe, etc., etc. And I will see you for episode 8. Thank you.